interesting news and some not so cool news, but that's more the fact that I have been off here for a while because, well, I'm playing on my Switch Lite. But, anywho, we ran a bit of a issue last week. The doctor's appointment. A few things, became kind of a very big pain in my butt. If I want to talk about it, it's kind of just, my husband and I are trying to get kids, and I'm just saying it now. It's a lot more difficult than I thought, with my medical being one of the issues. But it isn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I'm in a bit of a... when I'm thinking about the sort of issues I've had in the last couple of months with a few things popping up that I did not know was a thing. FYI, two of my friends are no longer friends with me. One of my friends is a very, well, he was a bonehead to begin with. And even though he got me to support a convention that, yes, I felt very comfortable supporting, his actions were less than noble. FYI, person in the, in this, well, honestly, I don't think I'd trust him with a girl. Ever. He basically, yeah, I will never trust him. Ever. And, anyone who, wants the whole story, you're just gonna have to DM me on my Twitter account, which is, at Vampire Rippy, to get the whole story. It is a very complicated, convoluted thing. When I mentioned that Colorado is one of the biggest states to have, what's known as, anime drama, we're not lying. It is like the world's biggest drama factory you'll ever see, and Colorado... the Colorado anime community ranks the highest in drama, mostly because of the way they, way some of the people treat each other is borderline, abusive, and not all the people are that way. Just putting it out there for you guys. Not everybody that's into the anime community in general is a abusive piece of shit. Okay? I'm just saying that. Not all of the people that are into anime in the Colorado area are pieces of shit. The people that are the pieces of shit are people like, the ones that just sort of throw it under the bus and then pretend they did absolutely nothing wrong when they did about maybe 100 things wrong. Just, I cannot stress to you how much damage and damage control one convention had to do because of one asshole's mistake. And now, being friends with him put me in a really bad situation. FYI, I'm not even friends with him. So, here I am going, oh crap, what did I do? And then, of course, you have people like my former friends from the anime community who are just sort of picking up the fact that I was friends with this individual, and when I found out what he did, I'm not friends with him anymore. But they still say, oh, you were friends with him, blah, 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 you're just as guilty. Problem with that is when you blame somebody for something they obviously never did, it makes you look foolish. This is coming from the person that is blaming blaming the people that are friends with this individual for something obviously they didn't do. So, yeah, that was, a thing. The person in question is no longer my friend. So just to put that out there, I'm not friends with him. So when I mentioned it to a couple people that I am no longer friends with this person, it kind of threw things off. But then again, I had people going, oh, you're not friends with them. Okay, so who are you friends with? And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you who I'm friends with, because the people that I'm friends with are people that do not involve themselves in a lot of the drama in anime and sci-fi. Problem with the community in general is they'll just turn around and blame whoever they damn well please, and not take into consequence that the person that they are blaming is probably an individual that's innocent of the crime to begin with. The person in question that is guilty generally gets slapped on the wrist or don't do it again. That kind of bullshit. Which again to me is like, oh, you're just making it much worse. Thanks. I've always wanted to trust a hedonistic asshat. Thank you very much. Woohoo. I so wanted to go into that detail. Problem with the people in my community in general, and this is the anime community here in my state. It's different in each state, okay? I have friends out in California who I think are the most freaking luckiest people ever, because they don't get this kind of crap. I show up to a convention and my dirty laundry gets thrown out right in front of everybody. Oh, she's so-and-so. She threw out so-and-so. Thanks. Nobody really needed to know that. Thank you for, telling everybody that I, kicked my former roommate out for not paying rent for 3 months. Gee, oh, that is a wonderful thing to tell people, about something that happened that you have no control over. Awesome. Awesome sauce. You are totally a wonderful human being. I am being totally sarcastic, aren't I? The person that spread that one, was a former friend of mine, and we definitely don't talk to that person anymore because she kind of made it a huge deal. Oh, and the person in question, that we actually had to cut out of our lives is a girl who kinda, if I have to mention the drama that this girl causes, I would be here all day, considering that the girl in question that caused this situation in the first place, with the whole defend the rapist, is a former friend of mine, and I honestly just want to put this out there. No, I am not friends with her. In general, I am nice to her because mentally she's, she does have a few mental issues, and I'm nice to her because, well, honestly, I don't think it's fair that people take advantage of her, because what is she gonna do if people find out that she's done these things? FYI, do not pick on somebody who has a disability simply because they have it. That is just kind of rotten and stupid. But, the problem was a few months after I saw her, and she had returned to my state, when it was brought to my attention about what I knew of the individual that caused this issue, my brain kind of went, I can't handle this, I have to have a me time. I literally shut down and went, I can't handle this right now. And please be nice when I say I can't handle that kind of information, is because I have had too many friends who were sexually assaulted, not at a convention, okay? Not at a convention. The people that were sexually assaulted that I am friends with, two of which I don't talk to anymore, are still really good friends to me, but I honestly am mortified beyond any, I am generally mortified by the entirety of the, what happened and how it happened. When I told my friends about it and about how mortified I really was, I was at work that day. Yes, it was yesterday. I was at work and I totally mentally broke down. My brain just went plop. I can't handle this. Please stop. And of course, she keeps messaging me. After I told her, please leave me alone. I don't want to deal with this. This is drama I don't want to deal with. I know I was friends with this said person. I know I'm friends with said person. I cannot handle this. Of course, she doesn't understand that and continues to badmouth the person who told her, please stop hanging with this individual because he is, he sexually assaulted a friend of his. Actually, it sexually assaulted a friend of mine as well. The person in question literally, I can't tell you how much I really hate talking about this because it actually does hurt my friend, because she has to live with this. She has to live with the fact that this individual showed up in her life when he did, and she has to deal with it on her own. If I can tell you who this person is, I would, but I can't, because I don't talk to her nearly enough, and honestly, when I found out the truth, I automatically took her side, because I do believe her, and I do believe that she was sexually assaulted. This was not fair. This was not cool. The person who did it was in a position of power, and I am not gonna be a mean old biddy about it. I'm not a bad person when it comes to what happens to my friends or people who I've known in a community of nerds and sci-fi fans for pretty much 90% of my life. If you've ever met me in a real world situation, and Dirk Mez has met me in real life, and he has seen what one of my friends has gone through, and we actually are very happy that my friend Bob said what he said, because the girl in question that is defending does not understand what's going on. She has no clue. She is just getting the information secondhand. So honestly, if people are gonna go off anything, don't go off of commentary on a situation that may or may not actually have facts attached. And my God, I've had to say that 100 times to people. To the anime community in Colorado has pulled up a lot since the whole incident, But also it's taken them the rationale to realize that I told the truth regarding a certain other individual, which is Creeper, which is the person who was creeping on me constantly, who used to follow me around. He may not be going to conventions for much longer, considering how many people are now willing to actually step up and say something. Which would be a relief for me, because I'd like to go back to conventions and not feel like I'm being sexually harassed constantly by him, because I'm plus size and it's kind of weird, but the only reason this individual liked me is because I liked anime. And it is a very stupid mentality. Back when I was a teenager, I had a hard enough time trying to find fellow anime fans. And honestly, it takes a lot out of me when I have to tell people I am into anime, but I'm not into the anime you are into. Why are you upset that I don't like Naruto? Why are you upset I don't like DBZ? I like Demon Hunter. Or Demon Slayer. I like Demon Slayer. What's wrong with Demon Slayer? Or why do I cannot stand all that? When I told one person I could not stand Attack on Titan, it took them a while to realize why. It was a very gross show to me. And honestly, I have never heard so much anger toward me regarding that and not liking it in my entire life. I never understood it. I never understood the hate, the malice I got from fellow nerds over that. And I never was mad at people when I told them I don't like these shows. The only reason I don't like Naruto is I just don't like sloppy writing. And I felt the show was very sloppy. No offense to anyone who likes it, but I felt it was sloppy writing. So yeah. I also have a shameless plug because right now I'm snacking on it. I love gummy bears and gummy worms, but I don't like the kind that have so much I like a brand called Cheery Chews, which is on the packaging that's made with regular natural glycerin sugar. It does use beef gelatin, which actually takes away the gluten-free stuff. It's gluten-free, egg-free, fish-free, soy-free, and wheat-free. It's basically for people who are allergic to a lot of the different stuff. It's also sesame-free and peanut-free. I found these at a store, and honestly, I love it. I love the fact that I can have it and not feel guilty about it, because I end up getting so sick after eating certain foods. And the one time I actually had a horrible reaction to gummy worms and gummy bears was when if you've ever read the I feel really guilty for talking about this. If you have ever had have read the really funny journal, the funny oh boy, what do I have to say about it? Go to Amazon and look up sugar-free Harbor Oak gummy bears, and you will get a full lesson on it, because oh my god, that stuff was so bad. Back before I knew about the dangers of those gummy bears, my mother bought some, and I don't think she even knew it had maltitol in it, and I am really, really allergic to maltitol, so I can't have maltitol. if I get maltol, even if it is in a soda pop form, I am on the toilet for about 4 or 5 hours. Because my body rebels against me, and it's not funny. It is, it can be hilarious to some people because of the things people say. But when it's actually happening to your body, it's not frickin' hilarious. It frickin' hurts. And, if the pyramid is watching, yes, Illuminati, I have watched your reading of that, and, while I say it's funny, when it actually happened to me, I wasn't laughing, but the thing was, I had a diet soda with maltol in it or something, and my body decided to just, to say, I hate you, I'm just gonna screw you over, bye-bye, and it just decided to kick it into my body, and decided to kick my butt with it. So, yeah, you can call that, my revenge against the, dangers of maltol poisoning. By the way, maltol poisoning, if you've never had it happen to you, you can actually get seriously sick from it, and I am not a freaking liar. I will, mention to you that I have had it happen, twice, and it just, it's just horrifying what you go through. And yes, I made donations to my group. Anytime I take anything out from my my group, I always put something back. So back in the time that I was really into all the diet foods and stuff, because my mother, who is a crash diet fanatic, I literally have horror stories on that one too. My mother thought it was a great idea to do the, Atkins diet, not realizing, I could actually get seriously sick from it. So I kind of had to tell my mother that, I can't do it. And of course, my mother being my mother, wouldn't listen to one word I said. Thought I was making it all up, until we went to the doctor, and the doctor told her, by the way, your oldest daughter can't do this kind of stuff anymore. My mom was like, oh god, what did I do to my daughter? My mother, literally had to apologize to me because, oh, FYI, telling your daughter that she's making it up, and she is not a, that whatever the doctor tells her, it must be a lie. I would like to tell you that my mom was not in a very good place mentally when she did that to me, so please do not ever show anger, resentment toward my mom, because, my mom did not know that it could make me sick, okay? My mother did not know. And when my mom did not know, it actually did a lot more damage to me when people judged her, because I was living with her. My mom is not a genius. My mother is my mother. My mom is my mom, but she is not a genius when it comes to my body. Oh, and to the person who mentions this to my mom, just because I am not a, just because I don't do diet food does not mean my body is a complete toxic waste dump. It's just certain foods I cannot eat, and 90% of that is not because my body just does not, digest it very well. It's because the diet food that you are given, that you are supposed to have in your body, turns out that it can make you, if your body's not used to certain foods, you can get seriously sick, okay? Just a little FYI there. If you ever try to change your body's chemistry or your cooking or anything like that, and your body is not used to what you are making, you do stand the risk of getting yourself sick. And I've seen that happen. My mother has witnessed me get violently ill. I have thrown up multiple times because of freaking food people try to give me, and they don't realize it could make me very, very sick. And it isn't as if it's their fault. It's the fact that it's my... And I gotta stop clicking on circle. Sorry, I am going between two different gaming systems, and my body is so... I am going with muscle memory, where everything goes with the zero... So, back when my mom was trying out all these diet foods back when I was a kid, one day she decided to do the Atkins diet. And the story is actually kind of pertinent to why I don't do diet food. And this is why I don't also go out to eat with this one person, because she used to be a friend of mine and she was extremely toxic. She tried to actually force her diet on my lifestyle. By the way, that's like the worst thing you can do to your friends. Don't force your diet. Just because you can't eat certain foods does not mean the person or persons has no sense of dietary. I had a friend who was, she refused to, she believed because she, had lactose intolerant, she was lactose intolerant, everybody else had to eat the way she just dictated it. And the problem with that is it pissed everybody off, even her normal friends. And yeah. But, the one that really got me was when she actually tried to force the same dietary stuff on a friend of mine who actually, has it worse when it comes to dietary foods, because you can actually make someone else sick if their body is used to certain things. And one day she did not quite grasp that full concept, because FYI, the girl ought to know that I could actually physically I could physically get sick. I mean it. I mean it, I could get really, really sick. And she didn't understand. Great. So, yeah, that was just one of the few times I quite frankly felt like, oh god, this is not a good idea. When I explained to this girl that, FYI, her dietary, concepts could actually physically harm somebody, and she never believed me on that one, until her mother literally kicked her out of the house. By the way, I do not recommend ever, using that as a solution to solve a problem. Do not kick your friend out of the house if she is lactose intolerant, because that just makes you look like a jerk. But yeah, she literally got mad at people because she was lactose intolerant and expected everybody else to be. If you think that is weird, be my guest. I literally had to sit through her telling me how wrong I was. And oh, by the way, she literally pissed me off. The girl in question literally pissed me off to the point that I really didn't want to talk to her anymore. And she got really mad at me too because I said I didn't want to talk to her anymore. because of the way she treated my friends. The person in question, that was a different one. You know, I should just get back to the story about the, reason why I needed a me time away from my friend. From the girl who is... yeah. Well, let's start at the very, very beginning. My friend had just moved back from, living in Las Vegas, and apparently the relationship she was in was, well, it wasn't exactly the most, wholesome situation I've ever seen her in. She... if I could just put it mildly, she is not a, can I just say she's not the brightest light bulb in the universe? Just putting it out there, she's not the brightest light bulb in the entire galaxy. I mean, in a galaxy far, far away, she'd probably be the first one that the Empire would probably throw into a Rancor pit, or throw into a pit somewhere, because, honestly, the girl doesn't listen to nobody, or she just blindly accuses of others of things that they didn't do. One, she blamed a friend of mine for sexual assault. That never happened. She went up to the hotel room expecting to have sex. And found out the person, the guy, was passed out asleep on the bed. And then she made up a trumped out story about that. About how he, sexually assaulted her, blah blah blah. I mean, I literally just sat there for 20 minutes. And then I finally just messaged him and I said, "Did you actually do that?" And he was like, "Do what?" "What she just accused you of." "What?" "No." "Holy, you know I wouldn't do that." And I go, "Well, do you want the good news, the bad news, or the ugly part?" He was like, just tell me what happened. So I told him. At the time, they were dating. And, yeah, they broke up. All because I was honest and told the truth. And I was so angry with her. Because, one, the person she accused couldn't even do the deed because he is literally a freaking zombie right now. He was too sick to even do that because he had a cold. And he had complained about having a cold when he was at the convention. So she went out of her way and lied. But of course, because of the way she is, people took her side. When she lost a bunch of friends over it, including myself, he told us what happened. He told me he talked to her, which I really wish he hadn't have done, because the damn girl is a freaking liar. And I called it for what it was, and I got told by him, do not approach it. Do not talk about it. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard when the rumor mill at my damn convention, at the damn community in this area, in this state, is like a fucking sponge. They do everything. So, at that time, I I told my friend what went on, how it happened, and why I will not talk to her. When it all started out, I finally got... When I finally got word about what happened, damage done. Apparently, it was so bad, my friend moved out of state. Basically, he left. And when she got back from Vegas and started talking to us all again, she found out all of us had changed, but not in the way she wanted us to change. She found out that I host this YouTube channel. She doesn't know that. I will talk about her not in a favorable light about this one. She got mad at me for not talking about what happened, what she did, which by the way, I hate to tell people this, but if you ever find out a person is spreading a rumor and you know the rumor's not true, and having had my sister go through that, you tend to go, okay, this is bull. Screw off. Unfortunately, in the state I live in, where people live off of these damn rumors, you get this whole concept now. It's known as the rumor mill, and it is the dumbest, most petty... I could just go on for hours about how mentally taxing it is to sit in a event when you know the people that are there are going to just lie about you, and you're just gonna have to sit there and smile and nod and go, you know, fuck you, and then hope that they don't notice that you just sort of started ignoring them, and you are trying to be so nice to them, and you know that they are just so full of shit that you just go, you can't handle any more of their bullshit, and you just want to go, I am done. You are fucking, you just had to fucking ruin everything for me. Thanks a lot. That's just, I don't know how any of my female friends can handle such pettiness and just sit there and hope that it just doesn't go any further than that. But unfortunately, because of the way the Colorado anime community is, they will spread lies about anybody who is not part of their group, and then get all angry when they find out that it makes them look really untrustworthy. I mean, I seriously doubt two of the girls will ever learn their lesson because of the way they are just so catty and so vindictive that it just turns into the whole, holy shit, why am I even bothering with this? Because they'll just turn around, and one of the dumbest things I remember is, like, it reminded me of, like, the typical valley girl at my high school who would go, oh my god, type of let's spread rumors because, OMG, that is the thing to do. I am a fucking lunatic, or I'm a fucking bitch who can't handle the fact that, what my words are doing are actually hurting somebody, and that, they're hurting somebody so badly that it, makes them look like a fucking lunatic. I sat there one time at a convention and wondered, how the frick do I hang out with these people? Why do I hang out with these people? What the hell is wrong with these people? And then I realized I'm not the one that's the issue here. They're the issue. They're the ones who, turn it into the whole, what is it? I can't possibly do this wrong. Oh my god. Why is everybody so angry at me? That's basically the mentality I get when dealing with them at an anime convention. FYI, that is how they act when I was there. I don't know how other people act sometimes because honestly, the people that I usually do hang with are not like the total OMG, I am a total valley girl, acting like a total valley girl. No. Those ones are fine when you deal with them in tiny, itty-bitty, itsy-bitsy doses. The ones that I deal with, I have to deal with, are constantly acting as if, OMG, I'm not doing anything wrong. They're the ones in the wrong. I'm the innocent one. Holy fucking shit, do not get me wrong. I have seen it, but why are you that fucking stupid? You think I don't notice? You just... yeah. That is a mentality I deal with on a near daily basis when going to an anime convention. And I honestly don't know how anyone else can handle it, because obviously I have to. But when I'm like in the convention, my first thought is, oh my god, why am I here? Are you a fucking lunatic? I am not lying, that's actually how I said it one time. A guy actually asked me if I wanted to strangle somebody. I wanted to hit someone upside the head with a 2x4, and I couldn't even do that. Can you imagine being friends with somebody who's like that? I can't. Oh, wait, I can. Oh god. I went to an anime convention with these people. One of my friends, I now talk to him again because, he and I started actually documenting how freaking stupid these people get. Because, after the rumor started regarding, a friend of mine, then escalated, and then I found out it was totally true, and I stopped talking to this guy. The guy in question, also was in a point of power at a convention, as in he was a, I don't know how to describe it, personally, I don't want to. I'm just gonna say, he was in a point of power and then he got kicked. As soon as it became known what happened, he got kicked out, and he, he actually blamed a girl for it. And when I told one of my friends, I said, I really don't want to deal with this, can you please just not talk to me about it? And after a while, I just sort of threw it off. But again, after a while, I just sort of went, screw it, and just ran away. But people forget that these people exist. They just go to your conventions and they act like what they're doing is not their problem. I mean, what the fuck? People are asses, but oh my god, I cannot handle people that are like that because I've been through it and I just totally don't want to deal with people like her. Then I had friends like, when they found out I worked at a convention, they wanted me to actually get them in for free, which, FYI, I can't, because I work for the convention. I can give you recommendations to actually pay for the ticket, but, of course, that's not good enough for this person, so fuck that. But again, the person in question also is a popularity hound, so I just kind of documented that to a friend and told them I cannot handle popularity hounds. And she just left me alone after that. But it is to the point where you run into people all the time at conventions who just sort of pretend to be your friend, and then you realize, they're really just using me. I'm not their friend. I am just their, I'm not the person they think I am. And I honestly can't say, hey, I'm friends with so-and-so. No, I can't say that. But I can say I've been friends with idiots. FYI, going to an anime convention and having to run into people who treated me like I was their fucking, mom irritated the hell out of me. Yes, I actually had a guy who actually thought I was a mommy replacement. And yes, that was my actual stalker. He wanted a mother replacement. He did not want a girlfriend, he wanted a mommy. And when I brought that up to him, that I wouldn't be his mommy, ooh, that went into a total tailspin. But here we go. This is the entirety of the issue I had with this one guy who I cannot handle, and what happened. There are several major conventions in the state of Colorado that are well noted. One of which is going to be happening soon, and the other one that happens around September. And the people who go to this one convention, the person in general I have been friends with for several years, and I was introduced to him when the concept of this one convention was being kind of tossed around, and of course I said sure, why not, this is fun. I went to one convention, I went once, and after a while I kind of did not, I lost it, because I did not want to deal with drama and crap, plus I was committed to another con that was going to be happening around that time, known as Starfest. So I didn't go. So when the news broke online about the person, I'm not going to name names because honestly I don't want to get into that, and it's just pointing fingers and being a petty person. In general, I don't want to deal with that, and I honestly want to keep the privacy of both parties. So, how the hell I know both of them is kind of like, one is in the cosplay community, and she and I were kind of like really good friends to other people, and then when she sent the message about what happened, she sent it to various people saying, hey, I don't think you should support this person, did this, this is the message you sent me, and I honestly got very offended by that, because I knew this person, and of course, my friend Bob told me what was going on, and I also got told by various other groups of people what was going on, and why I shouldn't be supporting this. The convention itself was very slow to respond because they were doing an internal investigation and kicked the person out, and they had announced the person was kicked, but it still was a very delayed response, because they were doing their own internal investigation. I did not get much information other than what I saw online or what I saw with my friends. But my female friend who had come back to Las Vegas was actually good personal friends with the said accused person. And, allegedly, she got mad at my friend, Bob, who spoke out. And she said that she just said, that FYI, he's innocent, you're lying, blah blah blah, we're not friends anymore, and threw that out at Bob. And then when Bob told the truth, she chose to ignore it. She literally chose to ignore everything, even the evidence that was presented. She ignored it. Even though the person that I was talking to that also had the credible information told me to stop being friends with this gentleman, which, by the way, I'm not friends with him anymore. I haven't talked to him like in 5 years. So chances are him being friends with me is relatively small, considering after a while I got really pissed with him because he has a very misogynistic way of thinking, and because I'm married, many males in the anime community view that kind of as you just ruined your life type of bullshit. I'm not ignoring that actually happened at a con I was at. In fact, I was friends with one friend of mine who actually racially profiled my husband because of the fact that he does not look white. And that kind of pissed me off because he also called me out for saying I'm the racist one because I chose my husband. I chose to defend my husband because FYI, I'm really sorry to say, yes, I am defending my husband. My husband is a decent human being and not what she's saying he is, because that just defeats the whole purpose of the whole thing. And the thing was, and even to this day, my husband decided to stop voting Republican because of it, is because of the racism. And he started being more libertarian, more, third party. He avoids trying to stay in a political party whatsoever, so that's the way he is. But these two people would probably show up with a MAGA hat and, pretty much accuse my husband of being an illegal immigrant, because I've seen them actually question me about my husband's nationality, because my husband does not speak Spanish. Heck, my husband doesn't know Spanish. He may look Hispanic, but he doesn't speak Spanish. He speaks 4 other languages other than English, and those are I believe it's Gaelic. A form of German, and Russian. Although I don't think he's very proud of learning that anymore after what happened. But he said that he just could not stand people who did this. My husband just did not like that concept of what happened. He literally did not like what happened because he said that it just did not, he did not like how he was treated by these two people, because I don't understand how they could think my husband was not an American citizen when he was born at TV Health, and he was born in 1983 into 2 Americans in this country, even though his last name is also his father's I believe, from 100%, and his dad is like the sweetest, friendly individual I have ever met. I have loved this man the day I met him, because the guy is like the nicest. But after what happened in at the convention, I got very irritated because they literally told me that my husband was not a U.S. citizen. They didn't believe he was a citizen, and that because he is not, that he's obviously here for a green card, and that I'm being played, and I need to stop supporting my husband, blah blah blah, and start going with my family. Yeah. So after that incident, I got really not so interested in that, and I think it's the fault of the community now. With the president who's supporting the rapist, I'm not entirely too surprised, because half the time communities will treat others in the community, if you are an outsider, they treat you kind of like crap. And I mean, I've sat there at a convention and I've been told multiple times, we like you, but we don't like your husband. Oh, that's not cool. My former friends are like that. They like me, but they don't like the person I'm married to. Because they think my husband is just using me for money or stuff, and then not realizing the whole deal is my monetary goals, even if I were to get demonetized, is not to make that. But here I am on YouTube talking about the dumbest things I've seen in the convention and the dumbest things that happen in my state, because honestly, if you live here, this is just the dumbest thing. I mean, if you've ever watched the things with the state of Colorado, you get a community of just these randomly stupid, self-entitled teenagers who come into the fan base, think that all the people that are into it are into Naruto and DBZ and all the popular shit, and then find out that the animes that some people are into are not the ones that they like. Holy hell, do I get blamed for that one. I don't like Naruto, I don't like DBZ, I don't like any of that. But I like certain animes that are pretty obscure. But unfortunately, in the state of Colorado, I walked in one time and got super excited because I saw someone dressed up as a character from Netsune's Book of Friends. And she got so much bullshit thrown at her. Her costume was beautiful. But no, it wasn't. Everyone was making assumptions about the costume, even though she had the mask, and it was the horn demon and stuff. And my mom was like, I got a picture of it, and the woman worked her ass off, and she got like zero niceness about it. And people were like, holy crap, this is not... But yeah, I don't know how many people in this state has ever heard this comment, but what happened was I got told that she got disqualified from the convention because, oh, it wasn't popular. It wasn't good enough. She cheated. Oh my god, they said she cheated, and she didn't. She never cheated. She didn't enter the costume contest the year after that. She just said it was just too much of drama and people just being assholes and being jerks to each other. And I got told by the con director, by one con friend of mine, that she just stopped showing up to the convention because she just did not want to be part of a community that just only celebrated the popular community. And I don't say I blame her, because guess what? I got kicked from a cosplay. Then again, the person I am friends with, the thing that I did, which pissed everybody off, is I didn't hang out with anyone that was of value. But yeah, after that bullshit and finding out that only people who like Naruto, DBZ, and all that were just big, huge fanboys, and I just got tired of being around fanboys. I just thought it was so boring. No offense to anyone who likes that stuff, I don't. But the drama in the fandom has always been, if it's not popular, you shouldn't be watching it. Or if it isn't popular, why are you watching it? I just sat there. I cannot believe people do that. But, again, this is an anime community that has always championed victim blaming over anything else. So, yeah. After that happened, I stopped hanging out with a lot of people. And my mother, one of my friends actually found out why. And went, ooh, that's definitely not a good thing. So, back when I did it, I finally told one of my friends, I really don't appreciate it when I get invited to stuff, and then I get told, so-and-so's gonna be there. And I'm like, oh, fuck, what do I do? Because there's certain people that go to conventions, and their sole purpose to be there is to torture you. FYI, I don't like that kind of mentality, because honestly, I have been told that the drama that was caused by my friend was their own fault. Oh really? That's their fault. I would love to hear their commentary on how that is their fault, when the person in question is a fucking pedophile. Or, yeah, I can't say that word. P-word. But the drama in the community is so frickin' dumb. Oh my god, I wish I could just erase half of my fucking existence when it comes to playing around with these people. One time I went out to an anime event, and I was told that I was the problem, and that it was my fault that so-and-so, that a girl named, what was it? Casey was in trouble. I told my friends I couldn't be around this anymore, and of course, I get told, oh, by the way, so-and-so's blaming you for this. I'm like, I don't care. Go the fuck away. But the one that got me, and this has gotten me into so much anger issues with the anime community in general, is when a person with special needs is prioritized or given that whole, that they're special, you can't do anything about it. I just told one of my friends I cannot handle dealing with him. And of course I get the whole, but he's special, you can't do that. That's ableist. How is it ableist to tell a person you have, how is it ableist to tell somebody you have boundaries and you don't want those boundaries crossed? How am I an ableist for being able to have a boundary? I've never understood how or why an individual who clearly cannot handle being rejected gets priority over the person who puts this term, "I don't like you," gets told, "I have to like her," or "I have to be their friend." That I could never, ever understand why the community of anime nerds were like that. I mean, I go to conventions to have fun. I don't go to a convention to get told I'm being an ableist because I rejected a person. The only reason, FYI, the only reason I rejected a girl or rejected somebody is when I literally told a girl, "I'm not your friend." But when it comes to people in the Colorado anime community, FYI, they don't listen to you. They won't. I went to so many, I've had so many angry experiences dealing with self-entitled children who cannot handle rejection, to the point that I had to go and kick myself for being friends with these people. And unfortunately, in the Colorado anime community, you can't reject them. And that is what really pisses me off. I once told a friend, I cannot handle people who are not listening. And of course, I get told, well, you have to. Really? I have to tolerate being called an ableist because I rejected a pedophile, a special needs pedophile, because he was directly going after a minor, and I called him out. Yet I'm the one who's getting punished. That never has made sense to me. I told him, as this at NDK1, I went to Nandasakana, which is a really cool convention at times, and I actually had the backing of one of the directors when I said I will not tolerate people who do this. And apparently, somebody in the convention went, ooh, she has morals. And I ended up with more help than I did, but I ended up being rejected by a lot of people because I was smart enough to point out that I don't care if I hurt a damn child like this, because what the problem comes from is when a child like Weeaboo Billy gets told, no, you're not allowed to do this, you're suddenly telling me, oh, I'm gonna just, I mean, I told a guy I don't want to deal with his I didn't want to deal with the drama. Unfortunately, with Weeaboo Billy, the drama was already in the problem came from the fact that the fucking child, the Weeaboo Billy's friends backed him. I was treated like a fucking joke. And when I told the convention about the whole problem, I was told, oh, well, he has popular friends. You need to be a little more tolerant. Really. I mean, quite frankly, after being told by a bunch of fucking imbeciles at a convention. Mind you, I had been attending a convention like this for nearly 20 years. Are you a fucking moron? Do I look like I am talking out my ass? I will not, shall not, cannot tolerate pedophilia of any kind. Of course, I am told by no other circumstance I have to tolerate it because he has priority, because he's a popular, because he has friends in higher places than me. I mean, what the bloody fuck. Sorry about the language, but what the hell? I tolerate a girl with Down syndrome who accuses one of my friends of sexual assault that never happened, which we found proof and a very convincing witness who was actually rooming in the same hotel room, that the sexual assault never occurred because guess what? Half the time, Bob sleeps. And if he gets drunk, he does not want to be around anybody. So, yeah, come again? Dude, you can't just, make shit up and then think it's perfectly fine to do that. When a legitimate person, a legitimate accusation comes out, she's all for protecting the victim, not protecting the victim, protecting her friend. I'm sorry, that don't make sense to me. I went off at various people about it because I honestly did not like being told by a Downs in Codex. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle screaming at somebody at a convention when my brain just finally just gave up the ghost and told, a con director to go fuck themselves because my brain just decided, you know, this is a fucking shit show. I'm done. Bye. And, you know, that gets me on another tirade about how people seem to believe that my friends, back when I was in high school and college, there was a group of girls that used to come to my school that were like the most freaking irritating people I had ever met. And unfortunately, I could not handle being around them longer than maybe 5 minutes before I just wanted to go. I'm gonna go scream in a corner and bang my head against the wall. Thank you, goodbye. And then, of course, you get the one girl who's in your group of friends who's like, you know, I know that you won't believe me, but I think my boyfriend, yeah, okay. What's wrong with you? I don't know. Choice?